Hi all, it's currently 21:32 on the 10th of 11th, 2025. I managed to get that through without stuttering. I was able to look over my desk and be like, was that what it is? But no, I hope you're all doing well. As I said, it's been what, 2 days, 3. This is the third day now. Since I vlog. I haven't done one since Friday, so it's now Monday. Hope you're all doing well. My weekend was quite busy actually. As I said, I had my birthday on Saturday, and then I had Lucy. She just wiped her ass on the dog bed in here. And my birthday on Saturday. Sorry, that really threw me off a bit. And then I had my anniversary with Kaylee on Sunday, which was lovely. So I guess I'll talk about those, and then I'll talk about how I'm doing. So Saturday, Kaylee came over, and we ended up going out to a local restaurant, which was quite nice. It was like fancy, but there were a lot of like sort of mistakes and some sort of stuff. You know, like they were trying to be fancy, but it didn't really work out too well. Like some of the dishes were lovely, like they did like creme brulee, for example, and that was quite nice, you know. And some of the dishes as well, like they did like full on pizzas and stuff like that. Like it was lovely. It was just a bit, felt a bit scuffed in a way. In a way. Sorry, I've just after eaten, so I think my throat's going to keep getting blocked, which is fun. But yeah, it was nice. It was just not amazing, you know. Which okay, fair enough, you know. That was nice. I enjoyed it, you know, and that's the main thing. Like I had 3 courses. I had a I was about to say breakfast. No, we had first course, starter, main, and dessert, and they were all nice, you know. After that, went home. We went home, you know, and then I got all my gifts. So if I show, so there's some of my gifts. Um, so for example, pajamas, jumpers. I'm actually wearing a jumper right now. And one of the cool things is I've got those lights at the back there, that one and that one, and they actually like things on them. It's actually really really nice, really really cool. Kaylee got that for me. Kaylee also got a little stick that I'm currently using. I forget what they're called. A tripod. She got me a phone tripod that I'm currently holding. Um, so I could either set this up if I really want to. I can hold it and use it as a stick. So that's why I'm not like I don't have my hand up, which is kind of nice actually. It's a bit easier to use my hand because there's a good grip on this thing, you know. Yeah. Oh, hello. That was the cat, not Lucy, making that sound. Hello. Hi. Have a kiss. You didn't give me a kiss. Hey. Fuck you anyway. Fuck you anyway. Right. I've got a yeah. So this jumper I'm wearing is new. It's really nice. I also got 2 new sets of slippers. Funnily enough, I opened Kaylee's gifts first, and it was slippers. And I opened my parents' gift, and they were slippers, because they both knew I needed new slippers because my old ones are like torn at the bottom. You know, like the arch in the middle is just completely torn. So they both knew I needed new ones, but didn't coordinate it. Which, you know, who would expect that? You know. But no, it was still nice. I have options now, you know. So that was that, and then had cake, and then went to sleep, and then Sunday was the anniversary. Sunday was really nice. Sunday woke up with Kaylee and my sister, who's learning how to drive. I asked her beforehand, and she agreed to drive us into town, which was lovely. It was so nice to have that, you know. I sort of felt like I always like doing that because I feel like it makes her excited, you know. Give her a reason to use her skill, you know. Not that she needs more reasons, but I just think it was nice, you know. I felt nice asking her, you know. It was just nice all around, you know. There were a couple stalls here and there, but look, she's learning, you know. No one is like amazing the first time they do something, you know. So she brought us in. We went to a restaurant called Eddie Rockets. I think that's a big chain actually. It's like it's like 'cause I live in Ireland, so there aren't a lot of these like Americanized sort of stuff, like I think we only got a Taco Bell like a last month, so I don't know when that thing is. I know my sister is dying to go there, but I know we have some sort of Taco Bell, so like stuff like that. Like we don't really have Taco Bell, or I don't think we have Five Guys either. Stuff like that we don't really have. But we have Eddie Rockets. Eddie Rocket is lovely. It's a really like Americanized diner, but it's like styled in like the 80s. So we've got like the red paint with the white lines, and like the real it feels, and then you like the real like slicked back hair sort of style. Not that they're wearing that, but that's like the sort of style they get. They also have little music thing, so it's like it's real authentic stuff. You can put in 20 cent, and then you can like you can use you can see what songs they have, and then you can press two buttons to select a song, and then that'll play on the radio. Now, sadly, I don't know if it works or not, because when I tried, I couldn't figure out the 20s. I don't know if it was me not being able to figure out the machine, or the machine not working. Probably the former. But some of the songs were like Grease Lightning, Boogie Wonderland, old, not old stuff, but like groovy sort of stuff. The food as well, like the menu was real like double cheese a burger, and all this sort of stuff. And it was like, and the way it was served as well was like, instead of having just a normal plate or being served in like a McDonald's cardboard box, they actually bring out like a tray, for example. So if you have a burger, they'll have a little metal tray, or no, not a metal tray. They'll have like a little metal tray with like a metal plate with two like little handles on it, and then like a what's it called? A covering or something like that, like a paper covering or something on the plate, and then the burger will be on top, right? It's literally like the way we got it. It was just out of the oven or whatever, because the plate itself was warm. The chips, or the fries as they call it, they come in a little red basket. All this sort of stuff is like really nice. And then even like the milkshakes, normally, like, okay, you can get like a strawberry, chocolate, or vanilla milkshake, and that's like 4 quid. Now that's another thing, it is quite expensive, but it's so good. But that's like 4 quid, right? And that'll just be like the one cup. But if you get like not licensed, I guess a licensed, or brand sort of milkshake. So I got, what was it? I got a Kit Kat milkshake, and Kaylee got Bueno. I don't know what a Kinder Bueno. I think that's what it is. But instead of just having a cup, they bring out the actual full metal mixer thing. So like you have massive metal cup, and then you have your like pint cup. So and that's like 7 quids. But you get like, instead of getting like €4 for one milkshake, you get €7 for essentially 4 or 5 milkshakes. So I was barely able to get through mine. I was full after that. Kaylee couldn't get through hers. Which, fair enough. The staff in there was super friendly. Like, we went in there, and the girl who was serving us, you can tell they left a job. Like, we've been in there a couple times, not in recent memory, but there's a couple of people in there, and seeing them, like the staff, and how they socialize with each other, they're laughing, they're cracking jokes, all this sort of stuff. It's really nice to see that they really enjoy their job. And the lady that was serving us, she was even joking, because she was struggling with the little machine, to put in the orders, and she was like, "This thing is not my friend," even cursing at it, like, "This fucking thing's not my friend." Sorry. Which is nice. It's just someone who's comfortable in their role, someone who's comfortable in their job. And even when Kaylee ordered, she ordered a burger, but none of their like special secret sauce or cheese. Oh no, it was a wrap. It was a wrap with like chicken tenders and uh, garlic mayo instead of like ketchup or anything like that. So something that was some something that she took off the menu but customized it a bit more, which something like McDonald's, you wouldn't have that. If you said, "Oh, can I have a cheeseburger without the sauce?" or if you said she can I have a cheeseburger without without the ketchup, and can you put garlic mayo on instead, they wouldn't do that, So, but there in Eddie Rockets, they did. They said, "Hey, we'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. This is what you wanted. We'll do that." So the fact that they were very customizable is so nice. And even the waitress, when she was taking our order, she was like, "Oh, that looks nice." And then we had a meal. It was lovely, really nice. We were going up to go pay. We brought the receipt up to pay, and the waitress that served us, you know, put in the numbers, and she was talking with Kaylee, saying on her break, on her little lunch that she had the exact same wrap, and it was delicious. And that's sort of like personality sort of wise, like you would see that in like a super fast food sort of stuff, and I know that's what Eddie Rockets is sort of like parodying, but it was super nice to see, really, really cool, really, really friendly staff, um, stuff like that. It was really nice. After that, we went to a pub we usually go to. We saw one of our friends from a course we used to go to. He's lovely. He's really cool. He has like an electric scooter, and I remember like him like just scooting around the place. Just a really cool dude, And he was just in there as well. Like we saw him in one of the restaurants as we were going to Eddie Rockets, and he came out and talked with us, and it was nice to see. And then by chance we just went to the same pub. So, he wished us happy anniversary, said happy birthday to me, and he actually came up, and he was with his friends, but he came up to us as we were sat down together, and he came up and chatted with us for a good few minutes. He then went to the toilet, and when he was gone, he brought us around. He brought Kelly and I around, and we only knew because the owner walked up and explained it to us, and we were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's done that." It was super super nice, super super sound lad. Um, like his mannerisms and his jokes are very similar to mine. Like he's I think he's 28, so he's making jokes about planning his 30th, but like going on like a private jet and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just like, he's awesome. Really cool dude, and like buying the drinks was super nice. We only had those one drinks though. We were both super super full after Eddie Rockets, and so we couldn't really drink too much. So we only had one drink, and that was nice though. After that, we went to Tesco, we bought some stuff, and then we headed home. Um, and we just chilled in bed, just hung out, listened to music, that sort of way, and yeah, just hung out. It was just nice. And I think that's one of the things that I really like is just the hanging out stuff, because a lot of the time you feel like you have to do something. You have to feel like you have to watch a movie. You feel like you have to be watching a show. You feel like you have to be sleeping, even. You feel like you have to be playing games. You feel like board games, video games. You feel like you have to be doing something. But being able to just exist with one of your favorite, with your favorite person, just exist side by side is just so nice. It's so relaxing. It's so just fun. Sometimes where I'd be watching a video and she'd get like a vocalist in from it. Because I love Hearthstone and there's a lot of voice lines to that, and it'd be funny. I'd be watching a Hearthstone video and then she'd there'd be a voice line and she'd hear it and she'd start saying it. So I thought that's funny. But stuff like that, it's joking around and hanging out is so nice. Um, but yeah, so we did that. Went to sleep. This morning, she went on the school run to with my sister and brother. So that she got home. So that was about 7, 8 a.m. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 7 or 8 a.m. So she had to be up. But it worked out. It was grand. And then so this morning, so today I guess I'll talk about. Today I had a brekkie. I showered as well, which was nice. I felt like I needed a good shower after being out. Had a lovely shower, and then I took a small snooze. I woke up around 3 p.m. And since 3 p.m., I've been awake. So, as I said, it's like 9, like half 9. a little bit past 9:30, something like that. I've been yapping for a while now. It's a little bit past 9:30, so I've been awake for about 6 hours, 7 hours, something like that. Roughly, very roughly. Um, and I've just been playing like Minecraft and stuff. I've just been enjoying myself. What was I gonna say? Oh, I've forgotten. Yes, for lunch, I had so my birthday cake. One of my favorite things about my birthday now is my birthday cake because I can take it. I can take as much as I want. Well, I say much as I want within reason, without getting given out to because it's my birthday cake. So during my birthday, because because we'd been to the restaurant, we came back and no one ate any cake, you know. So I cut like a tiny slice for myself because I was still full, but I had a tiny bit. No one ate any, but I cut it into half and then a quarter, and then I took a little bit of the quarter. Then this morning I looked in and there was a little bit more of that quarter gone, so I think my brother and his girlfriend took some, which is probably fine. And then I decided to take a quarter of the cake and eat that. So I heated it up. It was nice. It was really lovely. It was like chocolate with cream, and it was a lovely cake. But oh my god, that's kept me going. And it was only about like an hour or two ago that I started getting a bit of like a headache. So I took a paracetamol, but it was lovely, really really nice. But yeah, as I said, I've just eaten. I've been playing games. I'm probably just gonna lie down for a bit and relax. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's just been a good weekend. It was really, really fun. I would definitely do it again. The social aspects, I struggle a lot with socializing, but with social aspects, but having like being able to go out with my family and Kaylee was so nice. Um, 2 weeks ago, when I was originally planning for what to do for my birthday, originally I was thinking, I was thinking, oh, I can have a bunch of friends and we'd go out to a restaurant or a pub. And then I started naming them all, and it got to like 15 people I'd like to have there. I was like, that's way too many. That's like an actual party then. That's not just going out for drinks. So I said, you know what? Cut it all back. I'll just go out with my family and my Kaylee. And it was just like, just do that. Just small fun. And I'm happy I did. Happy I did something like that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go put some ointment on. I'm going to lie down, relax, and vibe. Thank you all so much for watching this longer video, but I feel like I needed to do a bit of a longer video considering I've been absent for 2 days. But yeah, no, it's been a blast. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.